morning. Welcome,
Hey.
welcome to episode number 1 of Ramona The Airstream on the One TV. So for this first episode, we're just going to take a little bit of time to introduce ourselves and let you know a little bit about what we're doing here. So I'm Delmara.
I'm Tom.
Live feels funny, so don't mind her getting used to it. But this is Ramona, our Airstream, and we have all kinds of great plans and adventures and things in store, and we're so excited to be here on the One TV with a way of sharing all of that with all of you so that you can follow along on our adventure.
Yeah, what did our description on our show say? Let's preface what this show's about here.
Yeah. So we're going to be, we'll
Renovating.
talk about it more as we go inside the Airstream, but we're going to be renovating the Airstream. So this is a, what is our Airstream?
1973
Yeah. Land yacht. Airstream. So we've got a
TradeWind.
1973 trailer, which is very 1973 and hasn't really had a lot of tender love and care since 1973. So we're going to be renovating it and then bringing you along on all the things we do with it. But as you can see, we're in Colorado and we're standing in the ice and the snow, and it's kind of cold. So we're actually going to go inside Ramona, and we'll talk to you a little bit more in there and give you an official before tour of our trailer before we start work today to tear it all up and work into the process of getting to the after. So
Should be interesting. We've never done this before.
oh yeah, we don't know what we're doing.
No idea.
No idea. All right, let's go inside. All right, you go first. I'm gonna put this up.
This took about 2 hours to figure out how these steps come out properly.
I'm not
Thanks,
sure if we
Delmar.
can
She
see the
finally
steps.
figured it out.
Yeah, little things like how does the step turn out is, it's all an adventure. Sorry, pardon our transition here into getting inside and getting set up. Give a second. All right. All right, we're in. Why are you pushing all the buttons? Sit down.
Trying to see what works. It did work.
Oh, man.
Apparently
Hold
don't know more.
Hold on. Bear with us figuring out lighting here. That's super bright. Okay. So, we just want to talk a little bit about how this came to be, how we ended up sitting in this crazy thing in our trailer. This light is so bad. Me? It's me? Here, talk while I figure out how to make the light bad.
Yeah, so basically I have
Is that better?
a wife that has ideas and things she wants to do, and I'm the kind of person who I gotta think through all the things. Wow, that light got even worse, honey.
No, it's better.
I gotta think through all the things, cross all the T's, dot all the I's, and oh no, that's not the way she rolls.
No, we don't do that.
It's some pretty interesting yin and yang balance we bring here, but yeah, how did we get
So
here?
I have always wanted this crazy thing sitting in my driveway. I've been thinking about for the show, where did this start? And it came to me. I remembered that I was
Hey, Dad.
late 90s. I watched this movie, What's Eating Gilbert Grape, right? Great 90s movie if you haven't seen it. It's Johnny Depp and Leonardo DiCaprio. And when I was 12, I had this huge thing for Leonardo DiCaprio. He got his posters all over my room, so we had to watch all of his movies. So I remember, oh, you know this. We still love him. He tries to save the world. Anyway,
It's true.
so we had to watch all of his movies, which included What's Eating Gilbert Grape. And in this movie, it starts with they're sitting on the side of the road, and this whole fleet of Airstreams come down the street. And I won't give it away in case you haven't seen the movie, but basically Johnny Depp, Gilbert, has this kind of struggling life, and it's the Airstreams that give him hope and take him away, and he goes away in the Airstream. But anyway, I remember watching that movie and being those trailers are so cool. And once I decided that they were cool, then everyone I ever passed or saw in somebody's yard or farm or whatever off the side of the highway, I was oh, look, it's an Airstream. And I feel like ever since, you know, we were like 20 or something, like we've been making like vision boards, you know, you get like the magazines and you cut out all the things and you paste your pictures of the things that you want in your life to like attract and manifest them to you. And my vision board usually looks different than the average person. Like typically you'll have like these beautiful homes and nice houses and fancy cars. Mine doesn't have all of that.
The American dream.
Yeah, I don't know. I never had no fancy house on my vision board, but I did always have
patchouli and granola,
an Airstream or a he's like, granola, you must be off. A Volkswagen, an Airstream or a Volkswagen or something in the middle of the forest somewhere beautiful. And I've always had these like goals and dreams of not necessarily like owning a bunch of stuff, but just living life, right? Like going out in the world and exploring and adventuring and like being part of, I don't know, adventure and exploration. And those are all the things that I want to do. And so when I would see an Airstream, to me that's like your vehicle to go do those kinds of things. So I always wanted one, and then it go from a vision board to being in our driveway. What do you tell about that?
Yeah, so we, you know, I love her, so of course, you know, I want to support the things that she wants to do.
Don't make it sound like you don't love Ramona.
Oh no, totally. I mean, it's, for sure. I'm not all about the, you know, be stuck in an office all the days of your life. I'd love to pursue the things that are, you know, near and dear to our heart, whatever that looks like. But the big part of that is just, you know, being free, living on your own terms, and want to see the places. You know, travel is definitely something that's on my list, and just not being buckled down. You know, launching on your own businesses and whatever that looks like. You know, being a better force in the world. So, anyway, side tangent there, but.
That's very long term though. So when he says like that, like that's like long term goal. We would love to live in this thing, drive around. Like
that'd be cool.
We're nowhere near there yet. So I think where the in between all here and all that is we as a family, we have 3 kids. We've got this big crazy 100-pound dog, and we told them all to come out in a little while. So hopefully you'll get to meet them if they choose to come out. But we love to camp. We love to explore. We're a homeschooling family, and when there's this term called road school, and if you're a schooler you might know that, and if not, maybe not, but basically what it means is like you're learning by going and doing. So when we go and we travel and we take a trip, like that is a whole unit study for our children, and that's like how we learn and what we do. So we love just going out. Like I would rather teach my kid like the science of, you know, I don't know, the process of how a tree grows by looking at all the trees in the forest and their different stages than out of a textbook. World, like that's a platform for learning. And so anyway, we love to camp. Like all the summer we're out all the time, and we've always tent camped. We've always like packed up the car, and like if any of you have young kids and a family, like man, that is hard work. Like it is so much work. Like I like to think that we're simple and minimal, but the amount of stuff that you have to like pack up and prepare just to like be out in the woods for 2 days, like it's wild. Like it's so much stuff. So
yeah, I prefer sleeping in the tent under the stars. I always
by
have.
yourself.
Yeah, by myself. You know, and even creeping in a little bit to the family, just because I want to give my kids that same experience. But yeah, there's been, you know, we like to think that we're efficient and that we start, you know, the day early, get on the road early. Never happens. We're always pulling to, you know, trying to find a campsite at like 9 o'clock in the dark, and then, you know, when you're building out the family size tent that we got, that thing takes like an hour and a half.
People are being bit by mosquitoes, and they're crying, crazy. And get the fire started. Everybody's hungry, and it's just like. It's stupid. We love it, but it's so much work. So I think this started too, where we have these friends, and a couple years ago they came to visit us in this like.
Shout out to Nate and Rochelle. We love you guys.
Yeah, they're very great. So they came to stay with us, and they pulled up in this like adorable vintage 1960-something trailer. Her name is Big Red. She's fabulous. And they parked this thing in our driveway, and it was this joke that they're like, you know, Cousin Eddie, the Griswolds, like, coming to stay with us and live in our driveway for a couple weekends, or for a weekend. But, like, just after that, we were like, man, that looks so easy. Like, look, all their camping, all their food, all their things they cook with, all their clothes, like, they literally just hitched it to their truck and left. Like, it would have taken us 5 hours to break down all of our stuff and wrap up all the sleeping bags. And anyway, after that experience, like, every time we went camping, like, we had this new realization of, like, man, this is hard work. Like, this is terrible. We need a trailer. We need a trailer is what we need. So, like so many things, like, you just want something, but you don't necessarily go through the steps of making it happen. And last year in the spring, we just had some stuff. We sold a property that we had, and we ended up with just a little bit of money, enough to be like, maybe we should get that, you know, camper. Like, not a lot, but enough. And so we started looking at just little campers, like maybe a pop-up camper, maybe something. And, you know, the way that I do things.
I don't know why you said pop-up camper. You were not looking at pop-up
We were looking at little campers for a minute, and then to another. And I was looking at inexpensive little campers. I tried for
Airstream
45
all the
seconds.
Yeah.
But while I was looking for those 45 seconds for a little trailer, I started seeing Airstreams. Yeah. And then it's like, oh, well, for just, you know, a little bit more, then we could get the thing that we always wanted, that's always been on my dream board. And, you know, Tom, you're so handy, so then we can
so
fix
this was like Tuesday. Right, this was on a Tuesday, if that, maybe even Wednesday. You started finding these, right?
Something like that.
Mm-hmm. I come back home from work the next day, and then what happened?
And then I said, honey, I found one. It's only 400 miles away, and look how good of a deal it is. And I've been looking, and it's such a better deal than all the other ones. So we need to go to Wyoming tomorrow. Okay, it's fine. It's just, you know, it's just only 2 or 3 times more than we wanted to spend, and we can fix it up, and we can do this, and we can rent it out, and then eventually we could have a property, and it could be an Airbnb, and we can, and don't worry, honey, it'll be great. So I talked to the guy, and we need to go to Wyoming tomorrow.
So remember how I said, like, I'm the guy who, like, I gotta cross all the T's, dot all the I's, like, do all the research. I went into full freak out mode. You know, I'm like, holy cow, there's no way. Like, you just, Tuesday had the idea. Here it is, Wednesday afternoon, I get back from work, and she's like, here's 3 different ones that we can look at, but I don't know about this one. This one's kind of a little weird, but we can go check it out if you want. But this one here, that's, I think it was 500 miles away. I don't remember. Where was that in Wyoming?
Basically South Dakota.
Wyoming. Yeah. On the northeast corner.
Like Mount Rushmore, like right near Mount Rushmore.
Coal Town, Wyoming. Not even like, okay, so that's like in a day or 2 days from now, and I've got this truck that is like basically falling apart. You know, I bought this thing and had to put much money into repairing this stupid thing. I don't even know if it's safe to drive, so I'm like, okay, I guess we just figure it out, right? And it always ends up working. Like, I love her for that. Push, and then I actually work pretty well under pressure in that, like, 11th hour procrastination time, so...
I feel like this is going to come up multiple times throughout the episodes. So here's one thing you got to know about me and Tom. Is Tom, like you said, dot the I's and cross the T's. Like, whatever it is that we're going to come across, he's going to be like, well, what if this, or what if that, or what if we do it like this, and I got to research all the things, and I got to see if it's like this, and then I say, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. It's going to be fine.
Freaks me out.
It's fine. And then he freaks out, and then it's fine.
Yeah, so then I'm like, okay, so hold on. Like, this is a big trailer. I've got a 1500 Dodge Ram that's like an older truck, and the catalytic converters are going out. It's got like half the power.
It's fine.
I don't even think I got the right tow hookup, and I didn't have the right tow hookup. So I'm like, I'm running AutoZone. I'm like, okay, I need to get the right pin set up, the hookup. I got to get my catalytic converters down. I called a buddy. Fortunately enough, he was able to like work on it the next day and get a couple of those things done. And
he needs tow lights. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
It was fine.
It ended up fine. So we got it good enough. You know, it was safe enough. to pull this thing. And fortunately, in hindsight, there were no hills or mountains because
that's another story. Save that story for
another story down the road.
So we got it.
Blew up on the side of the
mountain.
mountain.
We got it. No, we'll save the truck blowing up on the side of a mountain for another day.
Yeah.
Give him some. So
3 days later,
whatever.
We pull up to the trailer.
In 3 days, we went from tent camping sucks to here we go. We got this big 25-foot thing. And then once you have your vehicle to your dreams, then you better start like thinking about what those things are. So, there's just been a lot of talk in this last year of like, well, okay, so now what? Like now what do we want to do with it? And we have so many ideas, and honestly, the outcome isn't even totally finalized yet. But I mean, we've talked about things like finishing it and being able as like a business where people can rent it and take it on trips, like using it for our own trips and travels and road schooling. Like eventually, house now is not our forever home, so eventually we have land, and like there's all these people who do businesses where they like park these adorable like on their property, and people come and stay in them, and you can like Airbnb it, and we can travel, and like the possibilities are endless now that we have this thing. So now all of our time and our attention is going to go into it. Like, I don't know if you followed along or not, but it's kind of like this whole thing, this whole movement. Take these old trailers and like redo them and turn them into like this tiny living type environment and see the world. So that's what we're gonna do, but there's a lot between that and now. So we want to show you Ramona as she is, and actually I really love all of the vintage 1973 of this trailer. I love these yellow mustardy countertops. They're my favorite color. They're so good. I would leave some of it if I could, but the reality is that most of it doesn't work. Like right now, this trailer is basically a glorified tent. Like some of the comforts that we would love to come with it, like plumbing and water running and being able to cook and use all the appliances, like they don't work. Like none of this stuff works. Like
we did use a stove for a little while.
Also another story.
Another story.
We
almost blew
We've
up
got a couple adventures that we've done so far, and we're so anyway, I love all of its original form, but most of it's broken, most of it doesn't work. So what we're going to be doing over this next year or so on this journey you're going to come with us to start is we got to refinish this thing. So we are going to be taking it basically down to the shell. Like we're going to be taking out all of the interior, all the walls. We're going to be taking off all the paneling and redoing all of like the insulation and the wiring and the gas and the propane and the plumbing and the tanks and all this stuff. And we don't know what we're doing. We have no idea. Thank God for YouTube. YouTube is amazing. Tom
and a handy heritage.
Yeah, Tom, my husband here, is and that he has the ability to like have no idea what he's doing and then like do it, and it's amazing. And
thank you to the Bueller family for those genes.
Yeah, he's got genetics in his family that like
Uncle Tom.
Yeah, he just take a power drill and watch
Uncle
a YouTube
Ralph,
video, and like it's great.
Man.
So I'm certain though, like all things that we do, we have these really great, it'll be simple and it'll be easy intentions, and then we come up with like 25 things that we didn't anticipate. So it's going to be an adventure to get this thing refinished, but we're going to do it, and it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine.
It's going to be fine.
It's going to be totally fine.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
But we're going to be taking her totally down to her shell, redoing all the things. We're going to be redesigning it to fit our family. It is a very small space, and there's 5 of us, 6 if you count the dog, which I think it counts because he's huge. And we all got to fit. So we got to have a place to eat and to sleep comfortably, a place to shower, a place to live, a place to be able to do life in this tiny little space with all of our people. So it's gonna be some work, but we would love to show you what we're starting out with before we redesign it. And I think our family will probably be in a couple minutes. So let's see what we can show you. The light is rough in here, so bear with me. Oh. a thing that says the video stopped broadcasting, but it still says it's live, so we're gonna try. I don't know. Rotate your phone. Sorry.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
He's coming.
Hold on. The family's coming. I was gonna show you. We can have you meet the family first.
Hey.
Are we still on live? I saw a thing that said it stopped. If anybody can still hear me, give me a thumbs up or a heart or a comment or something. Come on. You can do it.
All right.
I think we're still recording.
Hi, bud.
So this is our family. Let's close this because the light is bad. Our family being here means we're running low on time, so we'll meet them and then we'll give you our official tour. So that light, it's just so bad. It's so bright.
Outside now, so you're blocking.
Hi, Christen family.
Then you can't see my
All right.
Hi.
Hi.
What's your name?
No
Noah.
No.
What about you?
No E.
You're Elijah. That's Elijah. He's our wild one. Noah's probably going to help with some of the construction because he's quite the engineer, thinking of how things work and fit and function. What about you? What's your name? Juliet.
Sorry, I'm trying to make the light. Sorry, I'm trying to make the light not terrible.
So Juliet is a incredible designer, fashion person, all the things. So she's probably going to help make this space
Takes 2 hours
beautiful.
to go to the bathroom.
She's going to help make this
Unnecessary
space
information.
beautiful. And Mr. Elijah, we didn't give you a description, but he's
Making me crazy. And how that looks different for so many different people and how we can have all these goals, which are good, you know, which are really good about being responsible in certain ways, like, you know, just certain savings and insurances and like investments and different things that you can do to be responsible and different ways that you can spend your finances and your time to do responsible things with your Okay.
Connection available.
All right, I think it's
All
better.
right.
Okay.
Wi-Fi don't work
So
too good out
I was
here.
saying that there's the way that most of the world looks at responsibility, and usually it comes down to careers and finances, and those things are super important, and we have career and finance goals and ambitions too. But I think bigger than all of that, I feel like I have a responsibility to my children, and I have a responsibility to teach them to do and go after what's important to them, whatever that looks like. And I have a very, very short time in the grand scheme of life that my children are young and that they're children, and I have a responsibility to make sure that they have a fulfilled childhood full of life and memories and abundant love with their family. And that can look different for a lot of people, but for me it looks like pursuing
your
the
heart's desire.
Yeah, pursuing your heart's desires and building family time and memories and stuff that's going to stick with them in their mind and their heart for all of their life. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. That's my number one responsibility in this season of life is...
Yeah, I think another way... Oh, sorry.
No, you're good.
Another way of looking at it is, you know, how do you live rich, right? I think a lot of people's definition of being rich is lots of money or cars or fancy things or the perfect career or whatever, right? And but, you know, you can also just live rich in love and all the things that you are on your heart, that you were called to do, that you were created for. And by going after those things, pursuing those things, living those things, I think that life is even more rich and more sweet. So definitely something we've been learning more over the years.
So here we are,
Juliet.
the Christen family and Ramona doing just the thing.
Let's
So
tour this thing.
yeah, I'm going to show you the thing because I know we're close to out of time.
Out of time.
Thanks for coming, guys. You can go.
Bye.
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 Bye. Oh, I gotta stay sideways.
Bye.
Uh-oh. Sorry. We're going to work out technical difficulties of lighting in this thing.
Oh my god, it's so cold out there.
It's a little cold. It's Colorado.
I didn't bring shoes.
Okay. So, we'll start on this end. Love you. And this, currently, is our bed where Tom and I sleep, and it pulls out into a bed. I don't think you need to pull it out. No. It's going to be a dining room table that will convert into a bed, but for now, it's a bed.
Yeah, we're thinking like a little wraparound kind of thing. So you got a big giant bench, because right now it's kind of hard to fit everybody, especially if you have a couple guests over. And in the middle will be kind of this pop-up table. So then you push it down, mattress goes on top. And then when you're ready to eat, you pop that puppy up, and you got this nice little round table around it. So,
we have over here is kind of like the lights. Man, I gotta figure this out. This is our kitchen area. I think what we'll do, I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna post before pictures, because this is not happening. It's not happening. You can't see anything. It looks bad. And we're up for time. So I'm going to take some pictures of before for Ramona to officially document her before.
Right.
And I will post those for you so you can see them, because
go around a couple things here.
Yeah, you can look around a little bit. There you go.
Old fridge.
Old, plastic
that don't work.
paneling and things that don't work. And
little food pantry cabinets. That'll be getting redone. Panels up there.
Lots of yellow plastic, lots of broken things, lots of stuff that doesn't function, doesn't work.
Part of one of those stories down in here, that gas line busted open and was leaking, and we almost blew this puppy up on a Jackson trip. Ooh, that was fun. Not really. There's the stove. Probably get that bad boy redone. Come over here. We got some little side storage, some overhead compartments. It's all going to get ripped out.
Starting this afternoon, we start demolition. So the next time we come live, this trailer is going to look very, very different. Yep. We're going to spend the afternoon opening her
another couch over here, which pulls out as a bed. So that's actually going to get redone, and we're going to be putting some bunk beds in here. So that way 2 kids can go down below and then 1 up top. And then these will have to go away so that Juliet's not smacking her head on that. Got some closets over here.
Bathroom's disgusting.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. Haven't used it.
Shower area over there. Yeah, it's pretty dirty back here. This has all been not working, so we haven't really spent much time, effort here. Toilet. That doesn't work. I mean, it kind of does, but the black tank's got a crack in it. Another compartment over there. So anyway, shout out to Nathaniel, by the way, who didn't realize the toilet was not working last time we were camping, and he peed in there. So who knows where that went? I don't know, but
oh, buddy.
All right. Well, I don't know. What else?
No, that's all. We're over time. So we'll post some pictures for you, and then we are going to get off of this video so that we can get to work on ripping her up. So I'm excited to show you the progress we've made next time we come live. Our show is going to be the 2nd and 4th Saturday of every month, 9 Pacific time, so 10 here in Colorado, or wherever you are in whatever time zone. And we're just excited to show you our process. It's gonna be an adventure. So thanks for coming along.
Be interesting. Definitely be an adventure. And according to her, it'll be fine.
It's gonna be fine. It'll be fine. Everything's fine.